Hello and welcome in or welcome back to Clear Channel 333. My name is Yolanda and today I have a collective message by way of the dream state. Okay, now I don't do many of these dream state messages, but this is a collective message. It may be for a small collective, so only take what resonates as usual. And use your discernment when determining which messages are for you. Always check the description box. Read the description box before proceeding with any message here on my channel. I'm going to give you the rundown of the dream message. And of course, it's metaphorical, but I believe this translates into a very physical situation, 3D real world situation for someone. So decipher, it's 105 and it was just 105 when I noticed on the timer. So 105 is very significant for someone. But pay close attention to the details and how you translate this message. Okay, now I have been extracting a message from the dream state, but it could also translate into something different for you or in addition to what you extract from the message yourself. Okay, now when I do these, when I get these messages through the dream state, it's usually me seeing through the collective's eyes. Okay, so your eyes. So if I say me, that is in reference to you. Okay, I'm just seeing what you would have seen in a dream or maybe in a real world setting. Okay, but this is going to, if you have already seen from the thumbnail, it's going to be a pick a deck reading. Okay, so you are going to choose, once I'm done going through this message from the dream state, a deck, a clarifier deck for me to use for your reading. So group 1, 2, and 3. Also, I've pulled charms. Okay. And so you could just see what resonates with you most when I get to that part of the reading. But the particular deck I'm using in all of the decks, because there's a sinister energy here. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is a message of warning for someone. But it's the Game of Thrones Tarot. So you could have watched that series. You may be rewatching that series is what's coming through right now. But that specific tarot deck, it gives certain scenarios from the series, and it also gives personality types of the characters. So that deck could help you determine, like pull out more of a message for yourself. You're gonna have to determine what this dream means for you, okay, in your specific situation. So in the dream state, there was a man walking with a dog demon, okay? And this person, the dog demon, it looked like similar to a man form or similar to the man it was walking with, okay? But it was someone confronting me and someone else, okay? And the person with me says to the man, come back later, like they were scheduling a time to have this confrontation. Okay, so that gives me the energy of familiarity. So you and someone, whoever this someone, 444, as I say that, you were with, there's a familiarity, okay, because it wasn't like there was, I'm hearing angst, but there wasn't like there was this immediate negative tension. It's literally like, okay, I'm familiar with this person and we need to have a conversation, but it's an important conversation. Okay. And in this scenario, I say, no, you might as well do it now. And so in this scenario, you're saying, okay, you might as well get this over with now. This is what you're telling the person that you're with. Like, do it now. Like, why wait? And so, like, I didn't care that this person had this, like, this demon entity with them. I was thinking to myself, like, you have your knife with you or protection, and 444 did come through, 555. Now this could have been you with one of your spiritual protectors. So just take it as it resonates. Or you yourself are a protector for this person, which would translate into divine counterparts. And it's 111 on the clock right now. So this was in the dream state. So the divine feminine protects the divine masculine in the spiritual. Okay. And the confirmation I did get for this card, the confirmation card I did get for this message was the high priestess, which is the dream state, which is the 5D realm, spiritual realm. Okay. So you were talking to this person to go ahead and to confront this other person. And so you're saying, I got your back. Like, just do it now. Why wait? So I feel like this is going to heavily resonate with someone as divine counterpart connection, and the feminine protecting the masculine in the spiritual. Okay. Now, someone confronting you may be loyal to their demons, was a message that came through. So whoever this confronting energy is, this is someone in the physical world, okay, who is loyal to their shadow side. The dog was white, but the dogs represent loyalty. But it was definitely a negative aspect, okay? So someone being loyal to their shadow side, which means they operate in the shadow, deceptive energy, okay? Confirmation if you heard that. What's coming through now is also this scenario. This may have been a real world happening for you. Like, someone could have confronted you in the physical, and they had their shadow side with them. It's like their shadow side is always leading the show, is how that's coming through. So this could be someone who is always in an agitated state. They can't communicate without getting upset. They have a chip on their shoulder, is how it's coming through. They could just always be in a negative frame of mind. Like, it's giving me someone who, unless things are in an agitated state, unless the environment is I'm hearing non-cohesive, unless there's an energy of negativity floating around, it's like this person can't like they can't handle the environment if it's positive. It's how it's coming through. Okay, so just take it as it resonates, if this resonates for you. But it says someone may present themselves as loyal, but it's an act. Okay. They are loyal to their shadow, so they move out of fear rather than confidence. So this person may have a false confidence, or it's not really confidence, it's arrogance. Okay. But they are confronting you and someone else. And like I said, this other person could be your counterpart. Or it could even be your friend or a family member. Just take the situation as it resonates. It's almost like this person wants to hold you both accountable for something, is what came through. But they are They want to hold you and someone else accountable to something. But it's them who's really loyal to this shadow entity, their shadow self, whatever the case may be. White is also masculine energy. So this could be a male with a unhealthy, I'm hearing unhealthy obsession, unhealthy ego, okay, unhealed, wounded, masculine. But also this could be a woman in their unhealed masculine energy, okay? Now, what it is this person is saying, you're just like us, okay? So this could translate as a group of people. This could be a family dynamic. And there's something, or it could be a community even, a specific type of community. But there's something about course correction and course as in like a coarse texture, like tough, something tough to do, but it's changing, okay? You've changed is the ultimate problem here. And someone wants to, I feel like, hold you accountable to your past. It's 1, 2, 3 on the timer, divine order. 1, 2, 3 now, 1, 2, 3 on the clock and 1, 2, 3 on the timer. And what this is divine order. By way of divine orchestration is how it's coming through. Someone, some group of people, some entity, some whatever, but it's a negative energy surrounding this, wants to hold you accountable to your past when you've changed, okay? And this is all about the universe recognizing your energy, your frequency, your change, your heart, okay? Your willingness to do the correct thing in the proper manner, in the proper, I'm hearing orchestration, okay? So what I really feel like this is, it's a negative energy, however that will translate. It's some negative aspect of something that wants to hold you back. They don't want you to proceed in a new way, okay? So I'm going to go deeper into the message and choose your deck, okay? And they are time stamped in the description box or pinned comment, whichever deck you're drawn to, okay? So I will see you in your reading. Okay, group 1, you've chosen the Doodle Tarot, okay? This may be one full message for you, so just take it as it resonates. If you haven't been drawn to any of the other decks, but something makes you want to watch each reading, feel free to do so. But this is the Doodle Tarot. At the bottom of the deck is the King of Swords. So definitely some type of clarity that you need for a specific reason. Maybe to bring about some type of harmony or put the situation to rest, okay? Now, this is going to be your clarifier deck, but I'm going to begin with the Game of Thrones Tarot. So let's see, who is this? King of Coins is what I'm opening up to, and the Wheel of Fortune. This could be someone that you did business with, you're in business with, and this is some type of karmic situation that obviously you need to get out of. There is the message of you're changing, okay? King of Swords is also here again. You're trying to break away from the negative energy is what I feel this is. And someone's trying to reel you back in is how it's coming through. So let's see, who is this person? Or group or entity. Who is this? 127 and 127 on the timer at the same time, okay? Who is this? Spirit, show us who this is. The Tower, okay? So now the Tower is the universe, divine orchestration. This is a reordering. So for you, this could be the universe sending this person in or revealing this person to you, or even this is the negative shadow aspect of yourself. This could be how you used to move, throughout your life. Okay, so take it as it resonates. The bottom of the deck is the 10 of coins. And with that may be, with the tower being here, and there's also a wolf, okay? With the 10 of coins being at the bottom of the deck, 222, as I say this, partnerships, this could be your family members, okay? And it was a shock to you that your family is coming up against you, or will, just take it as it resonates. This could be past, present, or future energy, okay? And like I said, a message of warning, this could be letting you know, okay, your family members are going up against you because you're changing tradition, okay? You're tearing down the old structure, this with the tower here. You're moving away from the way things were done, okay? So let's see. What is the challenge here? And I feel like let's see. What is the challenge here? I was going to do this 2 different ways, and that's what it is. Unique and honesty. Okay, you're flipping the script is how it's coming through. Okay, no longer following tradition of how things were. And this is a huge message through the collective 333 as I say that, because many of us are here to break the tradition, the way the bloodline did things. Okay, but there's something very specific obviously about these messages. For someone, this is family members. This is family related here. Okay, so there may be one particular person in general in your family, a male figure. Okay, if it's not a father, it could be an uncle, brother. You never know. A twin is what's coming through. Okay, so a twin sibling. That sounds so weird to say that, twin sibling. Twin sibling. It could be a Gemini, okay? But just take it as it resonates. But this card says, when the creator made you, she broke the mold. There is not another person on earth like you. Celebrate being different. And now, there are 2 females here, but it could be 2 resonate for you as 2 males. There could be, you could have a twin. And you're not so much alike, okay? Even if you look alike, you're not alike. You're unique to your own self. That could be a discrepancy here. But just take it as it resonates. Even if this resonates as an aspect of yourself and you are a Gemini, like that speaks volumes, okay? Your shadow side trying to reel you back in so that you continue to operate in a negative way. You got to take the message as it resonates. I can only bring it out, but honesty is here. So someone's moving in an honest way. Integrity, okay? I'm hearing integrity creeping up. So you may have just changed abruptly. The tower is here. It may have even been a shock to yourself, and now you're moving in a new direction. But the point is the universe is recognizing, okay? But other people are as well. And someone doesn't like it, okay? And now this is an aspect of yourself or an actual family member. Take it as it resonates. What do they want you to be accountable to or accountable for? Let's see. Because there is something very specific. And with that chip on the shoulder message, like somebody could be upset. It's just the fact that you're changing. This is the Tree of Life and Root of Death card, okay? So this is transformative energy. You're transforming, okay? It says your physical realm will mirror your spiritual realm, and where the cycle of life begins, inevitably, there comes an end. Are you resisting too much Are you resisting too much needed deep healing and transformation happening in your life? If you are losing physical things, people, relationships, jobs, even old habits, then spiritually you will mourn these losses as well. Be patient with your transformation. I am allowing positive changes to align my actions. Now, I feel like if you found yourself in this message, this could be you fighting with yourself that you're leaving behind, that negative aspect. But for someone, it very much so is a family member. And I feel like this is a specific family member, okay, for someone, but you're changing. Okay, and an aspect of yourself or an actual person, physical person, doesn't like it. Now, this could be because they benefit from you being in that shadow energy. Okay, misery loves company. So let's see, what is the action you need to take? Please and thank you, Spirit. I'm hearing don't fight fire with fire. What is the action? Ooh, that came out quick. This right here, Nine of Swords in reverse, it says recovering, facing fear, extreme regret, and accept help. 747, as I say that, Ace of Swords energy. This is your truth and clarity into the situation, because I feel like this may be new information for someone, or you couldn't place why someone was treating you in a certain way. But definitely this is recovering. You're coming out of that period of change. Okay. Now, extreme regret is here. So definitely that your shadow side could be trying to reel you back in. You may feel regret for leaving people, places, and things behind. However, the universe is letting you know they're acknowledging you for turning over a new leaf. Okay. Continue to move forward. It says accept help. Your guides are sending in help. Okay. What else do we need to know here? Please and thank you, Spirit. What else do we need to know here? Clarify this unique energy. I don't know why I feel the need. Yeah, unique. Three of Pentacles in reverse. You're not sticking to the plan. Okay, is what this is. You're not sticking to the plan. It says refuse to learn. It's like, it says apathy and disharmony. You're disrupting the plan. Okay, but Spirit is saying continue to go your own way because it's what you're meant to do. You're meant to disrupt the plan because the old way, the old paradigms, the old roads, journey to getting to a particular outcome is not the way anymore. Okay, you're creating a new pathway is what this is. Okay, so I'm just getting a card. The outcome for this, you continue to go your own way, is the Tower. You're going to continue disrupting as you create this new pathway because you're putting yourself first and the good of all. Ace of Cups. Okay, you learn to fill your cup and now you can pour back into the world. So with that being said, this is your message. Take care. Welcome, group 2. Now there's something about, it may take a little more time, or something, okay? Because now I began recording on TikTok, but I felt like this message would be longer. So I switched to my phone camera to record. So I don't know, there's something about needing more time or taking more time, okay? Now, the beginning message was for every group. There's something about doing something different because I just switched up the way I was doing the reading from group 1 to now group 2. So let's see. We're gonna find out who this person is. Okay, who is this person that wants to confront you? I just saw the Lovers. It could be a past lover. So let's see. Now, you've already chosen your clarifier deck. Okay, this particular deck has rabbits on it. So there's something about being a fertile time for something. And it also has the astrological signs on here. So that could be significant for this message. Your specific sun sign or moon sign, or even your top 3. Okay. Today is Lunar New Year. Okay. The new Lunar New Year. So today could be very significant for this message. Whatever comes out. there's a lot of things today happening planetarily. So the energy is very strong. So let's just see. Who is this person the collective needs to know about? Who is this person for group 2? High Priestess. Okay, so the High Priestess in the Game of Thrones, which I'm using for the overall message to find out more of this message. The High Priestess in the Game of Thrones was not really positive entity, okay? But let's just see what the guidebook says. For this particular imagery. Wisdom, secrets, spiritual realm, intuition, feminine power. Now, confirmation for this message, one of the cards was the High Priestess. So there's something very hidden about the energy, obviously, okay? Shadow side. The red woman, Melisandre, is the tarot's priestess, shadow binder, and former advisor to Stannis Baratheon and Jon Snow. The flames in her chamber represent R'hllor, Lord of Light. Fire is her holy book through which she communes with her god. Her card number 2 signifies duality. The priestess mediates between the earthly and spirit realms, what is evident and what is hidden. Melisandre also has a hidden identity of crone. The crone phase, okay? So moon energy. Tonight is an eclipse, okay? Today is an eclipse. Ring of fire, okay? So there is something about lunar cycles, okay? Now, this could be your crone energy, okay? You're moving into a new phase of life, and your shadow could be trying to draw you back in, okay? This is kind of similar to 444, as I say this, kind of similar to group 1's message. But I feel like more so group 1's message was a particular person. But this could resonate as the energy that you're stepping out of. You may be someone who is stepping into your crone phase, okay? The later years of your life, the last phase of your life. And there's an energy trying to draw you back in or keep you in the shadow or make you afraid of moving forward even, okay? It says, while her practices have brutal outcomes, she births a vile specter to kill Randy Baratheon and incites the killing of Shireen Baratheon. She can use her power for good and briefly redeems herself by bringing Jon Snow back to life after his assassination by the Night's Watch. For this reason, Melisandre echoes both the negative and positive aspects of the tarot's spiritual priestess. So 555, as I'm about to say this is giving me the energy of, really, this could be both of your aspects, your dual aspects in conflict with one another, okay? But the message of change is here. It's really strong. The message is change. So you could be someone who walked a shadow path, is how it's coming through, okay? Let me see. Clarify this message of walking a shadow path. The Magician, and one card stayed on the table. 9 of Pentacles. The Magician, walking the shadow path of the Magician is manipulation. Okay, so you could have been someone who is giving me double life. Okay, There's an aspect of yourself who I'm hearing gained riches. Okay, so you may have gained some level of luxury. Nine of Pentacles is luxury. It's elite status. Okay, it's wealth. I'm hearing propriety. Take that as it resonates. But you may have gained your level of status, however that is, by being in your shadow energy, doing things and really not in an authentic way. Okay, so this could be your shadow side trying to draw you back in, like, okay, we're not comfortable with change and doing things with integrity. Okay, but just take it as it resonates. Queen of Cups. I don't even know how I just flipped this card like right off the top, but the way it shot across my table, and it is Eight of Wands, fast moving energy. That's a message. This is you gaining momentum in a positive direction. I feel like if you're at this message, you've really resonated with this imagery, okay, and found yourself at group 2. This is your inner world playing tug of war, okay, is what I feel here. So that's literally why I feel like the message is gonna be longer, or I felt that it would be longer, because it takes a while to notice that it's you versus you, okay? And you may be looking at the outside like, why? Okay, why am I going through this? You may feel like it's some outside entity, but it's your shadow. 911, as I say this, it's a call of action, okay? To choose your destined path, your chosen path, okay? The Moonlight card just flipped out, and I don't know why, because I wasn't really trying to get a message. So let me go to the guidebook for this card. Moonlight. It says, even if the circumstances appear to be frightening, a clear notion emerges in the dark and the perplexing night. Our ideas stay clear and bright, like the moonlight eradicating misunderstanding, ignorance, and doubt. We shall not stop waiting until we see the goal of the goal. Even if the surroundings appear to be hazy, we chase the light of the goal with tenacity and assurance. And even I had to blow up the screen so that I could see the words more clear. So moonlight, it's a full moon. There's the full moon could be very significant for you, because definitely astrological things being at play in this time frame between tonight, which is the new moon, into the energy of the full moon is going to be very significant for you. And I believe that's a 2-week time frame. So the next 2 weeks will be pivotal in your transformation, is what's coming through. Okay. The challenge here, and this, you could even feel like your transformation with your shadow side trying to draw you back in. You may feel like you're experiencing a level of karma, okay? 7 of Pentacles, reaping what you've sown, okay? And now the 2 of Cups keeps wanting to present itself. And the 2 of Cups is partnerships. But I feel like this is you getting better acquainted with yourself. Okay, so what is the challenge here? And what is the challenge you will be facing is what I feel. Is this the message is coming through? What challenge will group 2 be facing? And I feel like this is a heads up for the next 2-week time frame. What will group two be challenged with? Intuition. The High Priestess is intuition. Okay, it says, always trust your gut. The universe is constantly speaking to us. Will you choose to listen? Refresh and recharge. There's something that's going to challenge your intuition. Okay, let's see what this has to do with. What's challenging group 2's intuition? I opened up to the Hangman. Also has to do with seeing something in a different light. This could be what I really feel this message is someone coming to terms with they are facing their own demon, okay, or demons. It's not an outside thing. This is self, okay? Shadow self that you're battling. Clarify this intuition card, please and thank you, Spirit. Yeah, the Sun. This is how do I step more into my light side, okay? And not allow the shadow to overrule, okay? With the Sun here. White horses could be significant. I'm hearing basking in the sun. So, and literally the bunny looked like he's basking in the sun, basking in the light of the sun. This is like, let the light continue to come in is what I feel the message is. 3 of Swords and 5 of Wands. 3 of Swords is heartache. It may be very painful for you to acknowledge that it's your shadow side that you're battling, okay? Tower, dark night of the soul. Someone's definitely going through, okay? Or this will be you thrusted into a period of dark night of the soul so you can make your way back to the light, okay? Yeah, 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands, but the eight of Wands is here. That's giving me quickness, okay? It's momentum. These next 2 weeks, though you will be in this, what you may feel like is 1414 on the timer, what you may feel like is a very rough period, is going to fly by with the quickness, okay? These next 2 weeks. And that's gonna be your challenge, is making it through these next 2 weeks with an optimistic mind frame, attitude, demeanor is all coming through. Because on the other side of this Tower moment energy is the Chariot, okay? This is calling for you to be strong, your willpower, in order to make it through. There's a huge transformation happening within you. I'm hearing reforming your shadow, okay? So let's see, I'm going to use this accountability tarot. Your 1515 as I look up, and that is the devil energy. 15 is the devil, and it's your shadow. So it's a strong message for someone. Your shadow wants to hold you accountable for something. So let's see what this is, and it could be an aspect of you somewhere. I'm hearing in the past few years. Okay, very specific time frame, the past few years. So maybe the past 2 to 3 years, your shadow wants you to be held accountable for something. Let's see what that is. It's somewhere you've misaligned within the past 2 to 3 years. Okay, that time frame is very significant. What do we need to know here? What is this accountability? And this is my accountability tarot. You can find it in my link tree, in my bio, or in the description of this video. Can't even make it up. The fear factor. Okay. Your shadow is wanting you to acknowledge your shadow. Okay. So that you can walk into this new era of your life. This is the threshold card. The World card, which is 21. So you may be seeing 21, or 33 a lot. But the fear factor says you are not stuck, not bound, not chained to negativity and fear. At this time, you are being held back by your own limitations, self-sabotage. You are allowing old negative patterns to creep back in and hold you back. What you may feel is taboo may simply be unaddressed desires riddled with guilt and embarrassment. Allow yourself to be free and do what brings you pleasure with harm to none. And these are two different scenarios, although it could resonate with you in general, okay? But just take it as it resonates. The affirmation says, I can experience anything that brings me pleasure without harm to another. The show Fear Factor could be significant for someone. Joe Rogan, okay? Somebody's definitely seeing 15s, okay? Now, the Threshold card, this is being in the in-between. He's standing in the middle, okay, of a dark room, shadow, and a light room where there's a party and celebration, light, okay? But he's looking back into the dark room where there's masks and old clothes and what have you laying on the floor. And so the card says, to every new beginning, there must come an end. Rest assured, anytime you begin to lose things or people, it's because life wants to present you with something new. Are you making the appropriate space? Your new life will cost you your old one. Hanging on to your old one will cost you to forfeit the new one. The affirmation says, I am open and ready to walk into my highest timeline and ascend to my divine original self. It is done. So you may want to continue to affirm that over these next 2 weeks, okay, as you make it through this rough energy that is inevitably approaching, okay? But the energy of the universe and acknowledging you for change is a huge message here, because the universe is supporting you through this energy, okay? The universe knows, feels your frequency, what it is. Your spiritual team sees your heart, can read your heart and the changes that you're making, okay? Now, your shadow side wanting you to take accountability, 1919 as I look up, that is the sun, okay? If your shadow side is wanting you to take accountability for your shadow side, that seems very significant. To me, that means you have more light than shadow. You carry more light than shadow, okay? And you may have people around you who play on your shadow side, okay? Because maybe you weren't accepting of that shadow side, okay? So if you're in the energy of allowing guilt and embarrassment to weigh you down, it's how people can manipulate your shadow energy and bring you more into the shadow. But this is your shadow calling you to be accountable to it, okay? If for some reason that just sounds huge, like a huge thing, okay? And I just saw 2020 on the timer. That could be a significant year for someone. Let's see. Action you need to take at this time. What is the action the collective group 2 need to take at this time? And I know it's an energy of going within, but there may be something very specific you may need to do. 5 of Cups just wanted to flip over, and that is an energy of regret. And I feel like it's a release. 5 of Cups is the energy of both regret and remorse and hopefulness, okay? Dual energies. So I feel like Spirit is saying, the universe is saying, though you may have regret this previous path you were on, operating through shadow, there's still hope. Remain optimistic, okay? The 2 of Cups did present itself, and that's what the 5 of Cups card shows. 2 cups still standing, okay? Now, this could resonate as you having support through soul mate connections, okay? And this could be you healing your shadow. I'm hearing shadow phase. So there is something about you healing your shadow within this 2-week time frame, this phase from the new moon to the full moon, okay? So that you can bring in, or the universe can bring in your divine counterpart, okay? I've been doing a lot of divine counterpart messages recently. And also that divine counterpart energy was in the first message, okay? If that resonated, 2222, that was a twin flame message, okay? With the energy that came through that message. But let's see. There's the action needed to be taken by group 2. And I'm hearing split it up. Clarify that in a minute. What is the action needed to be taken? The Empress. This is relaxing through these next 2 weeks. Okay, allowing yourself to heal, rest, mend even is what's coming through. 2255. And if this has to do with the counterpart connection for you, this is mutual energy, because I'm seeing the mirroring numbers. So if you feel like you're putting too much action into something, your partner is going to also put it into a lot of action, a lot of doing, okay? And rest is needed at this time as much as possible. Resting through this healing of the shadow, or acceptance of the shadow, okay? Your shadow side. Let's see. I'm hearing rest and release, but I'm seeing fishing. Fishing. Catch and release. Let me see. Okay. Catch and release. So on the Devil card, this is the shadow keeping you chained to it by fear. So catch and release. This is releasing yourself from the shadow. Yeah, with the healing, the star is right here. Okay. And I'm hearing land of milk and honey. Somebody may need to take a spiritual bath. Epsom salt. But there's a Dr. something. I can't remember it because I used to use that brand, but it's Epsom salt. They have I'm about to say flavor. It's not a flavor. It's a scent called milk and honey. This Epsom salt for soaks, okay? Soaking. That could all be relevant for someone, or you may need to get that, okay? Just take it as it resonates. Or a milk bath is what's coming through, because this doesn't look like they're pouring water. It looks like pouring milk. So just take it as it resonates. It's going to bring you into balance. Justice is here, okay? So just take any of this as it resonates with you. Split it up. What is that message, Spirit? What was that message coming through? Knight of Pentacles and Strength on the bottom of the deck. What's being split up? Oh, your light and shadow aspects. Split it up. Clarify that more, Spirit. The Tower. The Tower and the Moon. The Moon is the shadow. So I feel like this is the universe coming in to break the chains of your shadow. You being tied to your shadow. The Ten of Cups is here. Okay, so what's coming through is your counterpart is the catch to releasing your shadow. Your counterpart is the catch to releasing your shadow. Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups in light and shadow here, okay? But Ten of Cups is the divine union. Take this message only as it resonates. It could be very significant. It could be very specific, but it is significant. King of Cups is here. Okay, so this is about someone accepting their divine counterpart connection. And I'm going to tell you why. It's the energy, it's the frequency, it's you making the decision to accept your divine counterpart connection. And it's an energetic thing of acceptance that will break the chains to your shadow, okay? Being trapped in fear or embarrassment or regret or whatever this is for you. Because you cannot come into physical contact, into physical union with your divine counterpart unless you've done the healing, okay? So for someone, this is strictly about you accepting your journey, okay? Your joint journey, path, connection, okay? The 10 of Cups here. And so with literally the fear energy is self-sabotage. Judgment. This is you making a judgment call, okay? Do I want to accept my divine counterpart connection? Okay. You accepting and acknowledging and pretty much agreeing to your soul contract is what will break the chains. Okay. Queen of Swords, 3 of Cups. Queen of Swords, that is Queen of Swords is an energy of justice. Queen of Swords is, they see the truth of the situation. So let's see, outcome. The outcome here for group 2. I'm open up to activation, a very strong message. Activation, someone needs to move out of apathy. I believe the message of apathy was already here, okay, in some way in this reading. 2929, that's 1111. Being apathetic to your divine connection, okay? You're someone who already has been made aware of the connection. And now it's time to make a choice with the Judgment card here, okay? This person is, you may be spiritual, you may be new to spirituality, or take it as it resonates. But this is the divine, okay, offering the Ace of Cups. You may be someone who is spiritual, but you put I don't want to say that, but that obviously is the message. Put too much into spirituality. How do I want to word this, Spirit? The Heart of Wands is right behind it. It's like, and the Heart of Pentacles is right behind that. It's like you're putting so much into your solo path that you don't realize it's a joint journey. Okay, it's like you're missing the point is how it's coming through, or you're missing the point of your purpose here. Okay. This is action and this is being grounded, like so much in hermit mode and self-improvement that you're not acknowledging that you're on a joint journey. Somebody may even think it's too good to be true that you're supposed to be moving throughout this final phase with a partner, okay? Action. I'm hearing action rather than meditation. 3131 on the timer. But this is the activation that is needed, okay? It's the activation that's worth the activation that's worth it. Let me go to the guidebook. Activation. And I was just about to say, this is a lot. Like, I knew this message would be longer. But that may be how you feel, is like, this is a lot. Like, you may have been very comfortable on your solo path or journey in some aspect. You may have even felt like you had to do it on your own. Like, okay, maybe previous partners did not, could not align mentally, is what's coming through. But just take it as it resonates. You weren't on the same page with past partners, but the divine counterpart journey is drastically different. The activation card says, and you may be seeing 22s a lot, the blue rose appears when you've gone beyond the known world, okay? This blossom doesn't exist in nature, only in the realm of spirit and imagination. It symbolizes the attainment of the impossible, the existence of the improbable, and lets you know that anything you can envision is now possible for you, okay? The all-seeing eye floats in the pool of infinite wisdom, compassion, and love that we all come from and return to. It remembers everything, activates your soul memory, and shows you the way forward. The unifying consciousness of love sees you, and Source welcomes you back home. Source welcomes you back home, returning to your divine original self, okay? Is what this message is. And it feels uncomfortable for your shadow, is what this is, to return to your divine original self. This is about ascending to your original state of being, okay? It says the blue rose is held by the dodecahedron, the shape of the universe, the element of ether or spirit, confirming that harmony underlies all things. It's a state to which we can all aspire to achieve. The interpretation says, with all that you've dreamed, felt, and experienced during your journey through life and through the major arcana, things are different. Now it's crystal clear that everything comes back to love. Love is the force that unifies us. It's the unifying consciousness that we all share. The blue rose appears with a message from spirit. You're on the verge of profound spiritual awakening and understanding. These next 2 weeks will be pivotal, okay? And I just saw 3444 on the timer. You've attained a deep knowing that we're all connected, that we all come from and return to the same divine source. Now it's time to activate that wisdom and let it be the force that informs your experiences going forward. What does it mean to be guided by love? If you operate under the assumption that we're all connected and worthy of love and blessings, does your world shift for you? If you operate under the assumption that we're all connected and worthy of love and blessings, does your world shift for you? Are you ready to become the fool again, this time with wisdom and memory, and start out on your journey with compassion and trust? The fool is the beginning of the journey, which is a clean slate. Okay? This message is for someone in their crone phase, whether you are male or female. It is the final phase of life. Okay? Before you return to unifying consciousness, I'll say. But this is your shadow. I'm hearing struggling. Your shadow is struggling to move forward. Okay? But your shadow is also in a tug of war trying to hold you back. Okay? But this is about you realizing that you're being activated into a higher state of consciousness, no matter how awakened you may feel. Okay? And no matter how much healing you've already done. The activation says, may you be guided by the unifying consciousness of love. Okay? So you may be seeing many geometrical shapes. Okay? 1973 could be significant, or 1972. So let's see. I feel like there is a final message somewhere. Final messages. Please and thank you for group 2. King of Cups, head and heart coherence. Okay, coming back into heart and mind alignment is what's coming through. I'm hearing choosing to do you. 3737, that's 1010 as I say that. Direction. This is North Node energy. Something you had to master in this lifetime. Okay, with the energy of the Akashic records being here, the Chariot, you may be seeing 811, the energy of judgment, choosing your destined path, all that energy, divine partnership, writing a new spiritual story. You are the one who is changing the energy, correcting, reforming is what's coming through, the energy of your bloodline. And this is about you accepting your destined path. Okay, it says stop. Take a moment, catch your breath, but most of all, don't panic. Look around and try to regain your bearings. Trust yourself. Trust your inner knowing. 3838 as I say that. 1111. The energy of the High Priestess is all over this table. Okay, so it's about trusting your inner knowing, your inner compass. Okay. It says your life compass will never lead you wrong. In the end, you always find your way. I feel like you are someone who always finds your way back to the light. Okay, so with that being said, this is your encouragement. This is your confirmation. This is your heads up for the energy of the next 2 weeks. And with that being said, I'll see you in group 3. If you feel like this whole message is for you, if not, take care. Welcome to your reading, group 3. Let's see if you found yourself this message, if you chose this deck. This is the After Tarot. So this is an energy of afterthought. Okay, so pertaining to this message, and someone, some entities, some aspect of yourself wanting to hold you accountable to your past, to your shadow self, to something, to some type of negative energy or action is how it's coming through. And the Tower just flipped out of the deck, and I'm not even trying to get messages yet, but destined things, the Wheel of Fortune here. Now I'm going to go into the message and find out who this is that wants to hold you accountable to your past, but the point of this message is you are changing. So there's some definitive action choice that you've made, okay? That is, I'm hearing the cause of this. Is how it's coming through, is the cause of this. And this energy just hit me so strong right now. Traitor, okay? 3 of Coins is on this side, and I already saw it on the opposite side. So someone may feel like you're being disloyal to some type of work project, group, community, whatever this is, okay? And I feel like this is the message. Someone feels like you're a traitor, okay? 144 as I say this. 10 of Cups is here and 4 of Swords. And all these are messages because it's the message is coming through as I'm seeing the cards. 10 of Cups is divine counterpart connection. 3 of Coins is also a connection. It's through a mutual purpose, okay? And they're all here building together. You could have pulled out of some type of project. I'm hearing construction, but take it as it resonates. But 222, as I say that, it is partnership, whether it be familial, business, or romantic. This is more leaning towards work, situation, but it's being on the same page. And with it being here with the trader, it's like, okay, so you've changed something about you. You changed your mind about what you want to do, whatever this may be. And so whoever you were in this thing with, they feel like you're a traitor to whatever this will. I'm hearing a cause, a traitor to the cause. Take it as it resonates. But let's see. So I will be clarifying this message with the deck you chose, okay? And there, this cross in the middle, which is the original form of the cross. So something past life here even could be relevant. Malta. Okay, could be significant. Tell me more about who this is. Karmic energy. And Two of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. Like I said, 10 of Cups was already there, which is divine counterparts. And Two of Cups is here. King of Cups is right behind that. So you could be, this is about, I feel like if you may want to check out the first two messages if you chose pile 3, okay? This is, excuse me, deck 3. This message is about divine counterpart connection. The Wheel of Fortune is here. The Two of Cups is here. 10 of Cups has already presented itself. This is about a divine connection, okay? The message keeps coming through because we're in a time period of divine counterparts coming together for very strong purposes was coming through. Okay. So let's clarify. Clarify this trader card, please, and thank you, Spirit. We get more information on this 10 of Swords. And it's an ending. Okay. The 10 of Swords is an ending. So you definitely put the end to some type of, I'm hearing communal situation. But just take that as it resonates. Put it into it. The Tower is here. Let me read from the guidebook for this trader card. Maybe you can extract more information from this message of the 10 of Swords. Okay. Finality, truth, and endings. Okay, so a particular truth you spoke, or something, some truth that clarifies something for you, could have brought an ending to a situation, communal situation. Take that message as it resonates. But now, if you're familiar with the Game of Thrones, which the Game of Thrones is the mutual deck being used in all readings, so it has to resonate with you in some way, okay? But this card pertains to a broken bond, okay? It says the aftermath of Jon Snow's assassination by brothers of the Night's Watch at Castle Black. So this was this actually was him, this particular scene. And Jon Snow is here, King of Cups. Okay. This particular scene was him being lured into his assassination. Okay. So take that message as it resonates. But this is giving me close call situation. It's giving me close call situation. Whatever this partnership was that you've walked away from, that someone feels like you were a traitor in the situation, you shifted the energy. It's like by you walking away from this situation, it puts you on a different timeline, is what I want to say. With the divine energy being here, this is giving me someone choosing, 717 as I say this, someone choosing their destined path, their divine connection, and moving away from a certain group of people. Okay. It says a bond is broken. The 10 is the card of endings. The evidence is unmistakable, the decision final. Although you may be shocked or confused, with hindsight, you will see that the situation has been building for some time. The upside is that all the surrounding tension has disappeared, making way for you to move on up. This is giving me the energy because I'm remembering a reading that I did for TikTok about a narrow escape, like moving away from a particular project, situation, community in the nick of time. Okay? So if you follow me on TikTok and this sounds familiar, definitely confirmation for your message. So, what is the challenge here, Spirit? What is the challenge? But definitely some baggage. And the no card. So you said no to a particular group. Okay. In order to move into something that is divine and aligned with you, which is a counterpart connection. But I'm going to see why. Because this message, I feel, most resonates with the dream message. Excuse me. Confirmation. 911. As I look up, this particular message resonates heavily with the dream message, okay? And the no card is here again. This is you saying no to your old ways, but there is a group or community wanting to hold you accountable for your past or to your past, or wants to draw you back into your past now that they see you're changing, had a change of heart, change of direction, however this resonates. But let me go back to the message. Because there was something specific oh, it was like the person was saying, you're just like us. Okay. So someone's wanting to hold you accountable for being in this community. Like, how can you change when you're just like us? Okay. Or you were doing the things that they were doing, however this resonates. Okay. So let's see what the challenge is here. And then I'll see what it is exactly that they want to hold you accountable for, or accountable to, or drag you back into. The challenge: refresh and recharge and happiness. The challenge for you is going to be finding happiness in a new direction. Generational curses is what you're doing. You're breaking, I'm hearing breaking the trend of this community. 1111 as I say that. You're breaking the trend of this community, okay? And it could be generational, or it could be this lifetime. It's just something, an ongoing thing, okay? Your challenge is going to be finding happiness in this new beginning. It's like finding yourself like a fish out of water. And the challenge is going to be being yourself. I feel like you may be someone, I'm hearing placated. Placated, what does that mean? Take it as it resonates. 12:12 on the timer. Let me see. Placate. I feel like it's significant. What is the definition of placate? believe that's what I'm hearing? Placate means to calm, soothe, or mollify someone who is angry, upset, or hostile. Oh. Typically by making concessions, giving in to demands, or offering gestures of conciliation. It is a formal verb often used in contexts of managing conflict or satisfying agitated individuals. 1313 as I look up, and that is the death energy, transformation. Like, you're the transformative energy in whatever this community is. You're the transmuter of negative energy. 1331. And that's mirroring energy. You're the one who calms the storms in the crowd, is what I'm hearing. But it's also mirroring energy. That's why they're saying you're just like them. You mirror the energy of the crowd, but you can also tame the energy, transmute the energy. You're powerful, is what this is. You may be someone who others benefit from. Like, people may want you around because of a title you hold, a rank you hold, a status you hold. I'm hearing they feel popular around you. 1441. They feel popular around you. So you stepping out of this dynamic, it's like, I'm hearing wet towel. It's like you put a damper on their ego. That's what it feels like. So this is about you boosting others' egos. People being around you, it boosts their ego. It strokes their ego. Okay. So the two cards that came out, it says be yourself. Everyone else is taken. You deserve the best. Know your worth. The other card is what happened. And it says what happened to you. Now is not the time to give up or give in. You've come too far to give up now. This is being yourself. This is the change that you're making. You're already making the progression by making the changes. Spirit is saying don't turn back now because of the attitude of others. Okay. And them wanting you around for their benefit. Okay. It ultimately won't benefit you. You'll continue to keep getting drugged down in the undertow. I'm hearing footing the bill. So just take it as it resonates. I'm hearing caught in the undertow. I keep hearing caught in the undertow. It's like a broken record. So this may have been happening for a long time, like repetitive cycle. Caught in the undertow. And I know it's from a song, but Spirit's not giving me the whole song. It's just that part that's coming through. So being caught in the undertow, like being caught in the repercussions of someone else's actions, like you taking the fall because you're the emperor. You're the leader. I'm hearing the ring leader. Okay. What do they want you to be accountable for? Actually, I'm going to go to my accountability tarot. The link for this deck is in the description box below, or a pinned comment, or in my bio, in my link tree. Okay. So what does this community want group 3 to be accountable for? It seems like a lot. They want you to be held accountable for a lot. Like a lot of cards just wanted to fall out of my hands. So let's see. And I did just see the Tower. They're definitely going to want to hold you accountable for it. I'm hearing the clique being split up. But what do they want to hold you accountable for, Spirit? What is group 3? What is the energy here? Now, these exact 2 cards came out, and I believe group 1. Was it group 1? It may have been group 2. That both of these exact cards came out, and they were not together in the deck. One fell from the bottom, one fell from the middle. So this is a strong message. The fear factor pertains to the devil energy. It's ego, untamed, uncontrollable ego. It's fears. It's lack mindset and mentality. It's addiction. It's all these negative aspects that want to draw you back in, right? The threshold is the world card. You're stepping into a new beginning, so they want to hold you accountable for any role you've played in this community, so that you don't step into the new without them. Okay, is what this is. But Spirit is saying you're not stuck to this group, and I feel like you know that. Okay, and it's why you're making the changes. I'm hearing the needed changes so that you can get out of the threshold, the in between. Okay, and actually step into the new. Okay, so that's a clear message. Okay, so let's see the action you need to take. What is the action the collective needs to take? You know, I do see Page of Wands, and that is walking away from something into a new venture, a new adventure. Okay. And it's the depiction is actually a child leaving home. The mother was standing in the distance with the apron on. It's like, but I feel like in this situation, you would be the parental figure, like making whatever this community is, like let go of, I'm hearing purse strings, but apron strings, so they can move throughout life on their own. Whatever this is, it's like a scapegoat type energy. You may have taken on the role of peacemaker to calm others down so they didn't get in trouble. I don't know why that's coming through. But it's like you took the brunt of it all. Is the message coming through? Okay. Strength. This is having courage. This is the action that's going to support you. This is taming of the ego. This is moving out of courage rather than fear. And the Ace of Cups is here, putting yourself first. So no matter what this community of people is feeling about you separating yourself from the crowd, Spirit is saying the action and energy that's going to support you best is remaining in this self-love energy, continuing to heal your ego rather than mask that energy is how it's coming through. Yeah, truth and clarity. Okay, this is your truth and clarity and your confirmation that you're going in the right direction, leaving behind that deceptive energy. Because whatever this community is for you, this is the coming energy for them, stepping in their own trap, it's reaping or facing the consequences of their own deceptive actions. Okay. Queen of Swords. This is seeing the truth in the situation, the bigger picture of the situation, and moving in a just way. Queen of Cups. Both of these are intuition, but this is intuition and intellect. Higher vantage point is what's coming through. This is what you've done. Hermit energy, going within, okay? This is North Node energy, okay? Learning the lessons that you needed to learn in order to come home to self. Return to your divine, I'm hearing 0 point energy. Returning to the heart of you. Rather than sticking around to be left out in the cold by those who you've been footing the bill for, is what, and transmuting all that negative energy for, okay? So let's see. Outcome to the situation. I'm going to read from the guidebook for this particular card that comes out. Outcome after action is taken. 3 of Pentacles is here. So if this is the outcome, this is the new community you're stepping into. Oh yeah. And can't even make it up. All of these came out together. They all flipped over together. And this is the new community you'll find, okay? The new community coming together. 3 of Pentacles. The lovers, you and your divine counterpart, okay? The destined connection, the energy shifting in your favor because of choosing your connection in this new community. This is reunion energy, leaving the past in the past, understanding that you don't have to stay connected to your past. Standing your ground. Your connection is worth fighting for. You are worth fighting for. The new life you're wanting to walk into is worth fighting for, okay? And this is, it's also light at the tunnel, light at the end of the tunnel energy, okay? Releasing the shadow. This is standing up for yourself, but in a way that you're not moving from wounds. You're moving from resilience, okay? 9 of Wands. So that is the outcome. Spirit is giving you an in-depth look of this new energy that you're moving into. An activation card came out for the last message for group 2, okay? It has to do with the group 2's message had to do with accepting, simply accepting in your heart that you're choosing this divine path, okay? And it's going to cause some type of activation. And I feel like there's another direction I need to take with group 3's reading, okay? It's about taking a gamble, taking a risk on yourself and your divine counterpart connection. What is the activation here? Let's use the same deck. What is this activation? Confidence, it could be confidence, okay? Queen of Wands energy, what is this activation? I'm opening up to 10 of, this is the divine connection, okay? I'm hearing spiritual know-how. It's a remembering. You choosing this divine counterpart connection energetically, because it has to be done energetically because before it happens physically, is going to activate a remembering for you. Your confidence, okay? Let me read from the guidebook for that. 10 of Cups. Somebody felt indebted is how it's coming through, and I didn't want to say that. Somebody felt indebted to someone in this community or the community, I'm hearing at large. You feel indebted for some reason. I don't know what that is. Someone felt indebted, like it was your obligation. Maybe you felt like you had a stronger handle on things. I don't know. That's coming through. 10 of Cups. Let's see. And it keeps wanting to go back to the swords. I'm flipping, trying to find 10 of Cups, and I was already in the Cups energy, but it's being taken back to the swords, which is communication. Let's see. Somebody may feel like they need to communicate something. I'm hearing someone use you as the mouthpiece. Someone used you as the mouthpiece. Take it as it resonates. It is like now I can't even find the cups section. It doesn't make sense. And the cups section is the emotions, the intuition. Like somebody may have, you may have doubted your intuition. You may have doubted this connection, that it was what it was. You may have allowed this community to talk you out of what the divine connection is how it's coming through. Show me 10 of Cups. Okay, so outcome, 10 of Cups. Should you, I don't know why this is coming through so dramatic. Should you choose your mission? I don't know what that's from, but I'm seeing Inspector Gadget. 2828. So should you take this action, present it, the outcome is the 10 of Cups, okay, which is divine love. It says you've reached your happily ever after place. And even better, you're surrounded by loved ones with whom you can share it all. Joy is best when shared. The family members or kindred spirits with whom you're spending your life journey only enrich your experience and expand your capacity to love. They don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to be perfect. And every day doesn't have to be an over the rainbow kind of day, but the love you share, the love you have or love you share for each other allows for human foibles, I don't know what that word means, and twists of fate. Okay, so this is unconditional love. It's like you don't knock someone because they make a mistake. It's like, oh, we've had this problem and we can work through it and we still love each other and we move on. Okay, that's this energy. This is a time of harmony and contentment for you, so pause and savor it. Ask yourself how you can support your loved ones. What kindness can you offer? Your own happiness will multiply with every act of generosity and appreciation. The activation is, I'm part of a circle of universal love. Okay, 113 could be significant. January 13th or November 3rd could all be significant. But the energy for that is here. Okay, your soul family, your soul tribe, destined connections. Okay, your destined partner, your destined community. Okay, all areas of people who will provide unconditional love. Okay, so with that being said, this is your message and it will resonate in the way you need it most. And take care.